Hello, kamusta na tayong lahat? I praise my Father, the Almighty God. He is always amazing, always awesome. And He created us in His image and likeness. That's how much our Father loves us. For now, we are not yet perfect because of our iniquities, but time will come. We will be perfect like Jesus. And I thank my Jesus, the only mediator to the Almighty Father, for introducing to us our Father, for introducing to us the one who created us, for introducing to us the Almighty, powerful, omniscient, omnipotent God. And I'm thankful of the Holy Spirit, for He is always with us, teaching us, reminding us of the teachings of Jesus Christ and of the ways of our Father. So last time we read 2 Samuel chapter 3. It's about when Joab killed Abner. So si Almighty Father, tinanggal niya lahat ng magiging hindrance or naging hindrance for David to become the king of Israel. Even though they were not a threat anymore, like itong si Abner, he was not a threat anymore. But then the Almighty Father removed him from the life of David. So there was a long war. 7 years bago na ibigay kay David ang kingdom. David means beloved. No? Alam niyo na. Beloved. Ang ganda ng name ni David. Beloved. Minamahal. Prized. Dear. So si David, the Almighty Father, loved David. And He is with our Father right now in heaven. Si David, marami siyang mga naging asawa at anak. But in Hebron, may mga anak siya, no? Kay Ahinoam, kay Abigail, kay Maaka na king ng Geshur, Maaka na daughter ng king of Geshur, sa anak ni Hagith, at sa anak ni Abithal, at saka sa wife ni David na si Eglah. So hindi binabanggit pa rito si Michal. Pero si Ishbosheth, he doubted Abner's loyalty. Nangyari yan because of the Almighty Father. At dahil sa nawalan ng gana si Abner kay Ishbosheth, transfer niya yung kingdom to David. It's because of the Almighty Father. That's how our Father works. Akala natin tayo ang may gawa, akala natin events ang may gawa. May mga pangyayari na nangyari na hindi natin na kontrolado. But our Father is in control. He's always in control. All for the glory of His mighty name. So from Dan to Beersheba, si David na ang naging king. At kinuha niya si Michal, ang kanyang first wife, na binayaran niya ng 100 foreskins ng mga Philistines. Alam natin ang foreskins, 100 yun, bilang na bilang. Yun ang gusto ni Saul noong time na yun para bigay si Michal kay David. At gusto niyang bawiin si Michal kay Paltiel. Kaya si Ishbosheth, ibinigay niya si Michal kay David. Hindi naman na hindi naman na warrior si Ishbosheth, naging king lang siya because of Abner. Hindi ma-let go ni Abner yung power na meron sila nung time ni King Saul. Kaya pinilit niya na maging si Ishbosheth ang maging king. But the Almighty Father did what He had to do. Kaya pumunta siya kay David at ibinigay ang kingdom. Pero si Joab, meron siyang grudge against Abner. At saka envious siya at may takot siya na baka si Abner ang maging right-hand man ni David. Kasi laging sila ni David na magkasama, si Joab. So nagkaroon ng takot din si Joab. And at the same time, pinatay ni Abner si Asahel. Hindi naman niya gusto, pero dahil sa aggressive si Asahel and ambitious, nangyari yun. At ginawa ni Almighty Father yon para mawala si Abner. Nakikita nyo na yung kamay ni Almighty Father. So si Abner, papunta siya sa ibang lugar para kausapin ng ibang mga tao para kilalanin si David as the king of Israel. Pero si Joab, pinabalik na si Abner, and then he stabbed Abner in the stomach. Pero si David, hindi niya gustong patayin si Abner. Ayaw na niya ng brother to brother or brethren niya masasaktan. Ayaw na niya ng ganun. Ayaw na niya ng betrayal. Kaya mahal ni Almighty Father si David. At ginawan pa niya ng song si Abner. At yun na rin ay dahil sa promise niya kay Jonathan na iingatan niya ang lineage or ang mga kamag-anak ni Jonathan. Promise niya yun, di ba? So, mahal din niya si Abner. Without any hypocrisy or any ill feelings toward Abner. Pero si David, nagkaroon siya ng galit kay Joab at saka kay Abishai. Kasi disobedient sila. Gumagawa sila ng action nang hindi sila nagtatanong kay David. May sarili silang desisyon. Na dapat, in every decision, i-ask nila ang kanilang leader or ang kanilang king. Pero, gumawa sila ng dahilan para magalit si David sa kanila. So, titulo tayo sa 2 Samuel chapter 4. When Saul's son heard that Abner had died in Hebron, so tanggap naman ni Ishbosheth na hindi na siya king. At nalaman niya na namatay na si Abner. he lost heart, and all Israel was troubled. Literally, gulat si Ishbosheth nang hina siya. His heart sank, no? Verse 2, now Saul's son had 2 men who were captains of troops. Si Saul, meron siyang anak, merong 2 lalaki na captain ng troops ng anak ni Saul. Ang pangalan, the name of the one was Baana, and the name of the other Rechab, the sons of Rimmon, the Beerothite, of the children of Benjamin. For Beeroth also was part of Benjamin. Because the Beerothites fled to Gittim and have been sojourners there until this day. So, nung nagkaroon ng gulo, namatay si King Saul, namatay si Jonathan, namatay yung kanyang mga kapatid ni Jonathan na 2, nagtago ngayon sila, nagtakbuhan ngayon ang mga family ni Saul sa Gittim. Kasama rin dito yung mga Beerothites, kasi mga Beerothites, Benjamites din sila. Jonathan, Saul's son, had a son who was lame in his feet. Ngayon, si Jonathan, meron siyang anak. So, si David, yung time na yun, wala pa siya anak, diba? Si Jonathan, may anak na siya, 5 years old. Pilay ang kanyang mga paa. He was 5 years old. When the news about Saul and Jonathan came from Jezreel. So, 5 years old yung bata. Nung makarating na namatay si Saul at saka si Jonathan. And his nurse took him up and fled. And it happened, as she made haste to flee, that he fell and became lame. Nahulog silang 2 ng yaya niya o kanyang nursemaid. Si Mephibosheth. His name was Mephibosheth or Meribal. Kasulat sa 1 Chronicles chapter 8 verse 34 and 1 Chronicles chapter 9 verse 14. Yung Chronicles, no, history rin yun ng Israel. So, kaya napilay si Mephibosheth. 2 paa niya pilay, nahulog sila ng yaya niya. Hindi natin alam kung saan sila nahulog. Baka sa hagdanan or sa mountain, pababa, napilay ang paa niya. No? Pero hindi siya pinanganak na lame. Bakit siya lame? Naging lame si Mephibosheth? Para hindi siya maging threat kay David. Dahil si Mephibosheth, anak siya ni Jonathan. Tinatanggal lahat ni Almighty Father ang magiging threat. Ngayon, since si Mephibosheth ay bata pa, noong time na yon, ang ginawa na lang ay maging lame na lang siya. Dahil pag naging lame siya, hindi siya magiging warrior. Hindi siya pwede makipaglaban kasi lame siya. Verse 5, then the sons of Rimmon, the Beerothite, Rechab and Baana, set out and came out at about the heat of the day to the house of Ishbosheth, who was lying on his bed at noon. So natutulog si Ishbosheth. Nagpunta si Rechab and Baana. Rechab means to utterly control, and Baana means to afflict or to response. Pangit ng name ng nila, no? Yung meaning ng name nila. Ang pangit ng meaning ng name nila. Kasi yung meaning ng name nila, yun din ang kanilang ginawa kay Ishbosheth. To afflict. At saka control. Gusto nila ng control, gusto nila to afflict. Ganun ang ginawa nila. So they set out and came at about the heat of the day, mainit, at to the house of Ishbosheth, was lying on his bed at noon. Nakahiga si Ishbosheth. Wala namang ginagawa si Ishbosheth. Hindi nakikipag-away. At wala na si Abner. So wala nang reason para maging threat pa si Ishbosheth. And they came there all the way into the house as though to get wheat. Kunyari, kukuha sila ng wheat. And they stabbed him in the stomach. And then Rechab and Baana, his brother, escaped. Sinaksak nila si Chan, si Ishbosheth habang nakahiga. Walang kalaban-laban. For when they came into the house, he was lying on his bed in his bedroom. Then they struck him and killed him and beheaded him. Tinanggalan pa ng ulo. Decapitated. And took his head and were all night escaping through the plain. So tumatakbo sila, tumatakas sila papuntang plain. Pupunta sila kay David. And they brought the head of Ishbosheth to David at Hebron and said to the king, "Here is the head of Ishbosheth, the son of Saul, your enemy, who sought your life. And the Lord has avenged my Lord, the king, this day of Saul and his descendants." Ito ang ulo ni Ishbosheth, oh. Di ba kaaway mo si Saul? Ito nga yung ulo ng anak niya. Di ba ilang beses kang gustong patayin ni Saul? Ngayon si Rechab siya kasi Bana, Benjamites din sila. So, traidor sila. No? Si Almighty Father ayaw ng mga traidor. Verse 9, "But David answered Rechab and Bana his brother, the sons of Rimmon the Beerothite, and said to them, As the Lord lives, who has redeemed my life from all my adversity, when someone told me, saying, Lord, look, Saul is dead, thinking to have brought good news, I arrested him and had him executed in Ziklag. The one who thought I would give him a reward for his news." Ikwinento ngayon ni David. Kilala nyo ba yung pumatay kay Saul? Dala-dala niya yung crown ni Saul. At sinabi niya, napatay na si Saul sa akin. Ano ang ginawa ko? Pinahuli ko siya. At pinapatay ko siya sa Ziklag. Akala niya good news ang iadala niya sa akin. Hindi good news yon. Hindi good news na pinatay niya si Saul. Hindi good news na pinatay nyo si Ishbosheth. Kaya mahal ni Almighty Father si David. David had a good heart. Tuloy natin, how much more when wicked men have killed a righteous person in his own house, on his bed. Paano pa ang isang tao na righteous, na walang ginagawang masama, nakahiga lang siya sa kama, nandun siya sa bahay, hindi siya nakikipag-away sa inyo. Paano pa yon? Therefore, shall I not now require his blood at your hand and remove you from the earth? Papatayin ko kayo, sabi ni David. So David commanded his young men, and they executed him, cut off their hands and feet. Pinutol ang kamay at paa ng dalawang magkapatid, and hanged them by the pool in Hebron. But they took the head of Ishbosheth and buried it in the tomb of Abner in Hebron. Tinanggal lahat ng Almighty Father. Yung magiging mga threats at yung promise ni Almighty Father kay David, ginawa niya. Si David walang ginawa. Si Almighty Father, lahat. It's all in the plan of the mighty Creator. So tayo, pag may mga away sa atin, we don't have to do anything. We give it all to our Father. He will avenge us. Hindi man ngayon, time will come, He will avenge us. At hindi natin alam ang nangyayari sa ating mga tao, kung may mga tao na ninira sa atin, hindi natin alam kung ano nangyayari sa buhay nila. Kaya, remove natin yung hatred natin in our hearts. It's a process. Sometimes, hindi mo agad-agad matatanggal yung galit mo. But, kung iisipin mo yung kabaitan ni Almighty Father, kung paano kanya pinatawad, ganun mo rin patatawarin ng mga nagkasala sa'yo. Ilang beses tayo nagkasala sa tatay natin, at ilang beses siya tayong pinatawad, ganun din ang pagpapatawad natin sa mga brethren natin, sa neighbor natin. Ito na tayo sa 1 Samuel 2 Samuel, sorry. 2 Samuel chapter 5. Then all the tribes of Israel came to David at Hebron and spoke, saying, Indeed, we are your bone and your flesh. Also in time past, when Saul was king over us, you were the one who led Israel and brought them in. And the Lord said to you, you shall shepherd my people Israel and be ruler over Israel. Nag-promise si Almighty Father nun, dinig namin. Sabi ng mga tao, alam namin na ikaw ang papalit. Therefore, all the elders of Israel came to the king at Hebron, and King David made a covenant with them at Hebron before the Lord, and they anointed David king over Israel. So wala na si Abner, wala na si Ishbosheth, wala nang hindrance. Si Mephibosheth naman ay lame. So walang hindrance para maging king si David. And so they anointed David king over Israel. So after 7 years na king si David ng Judah, and then after 7 years, up to the time of his death, king siya ng Israel. David was 30 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 40 years. Bata pa siya, no? Nung maging king siya ng Judah, 30 years old. So tayo, ilang taon na tayo ngayon? 975 na ako. Ganito pa rin ako. Pero si David, ang accomplishment niya, he was 30 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 40 years. So 70 years siya naging king. Si Jesus Christ, he started his ministry when he was 30 years old. And he went back to our Father when he was 33 years old. Yung ministry ni Jesus Christ, maikli lang, it was only 3 years, pero doon sa span of 3 years na yun, ang dami niyang nagawa, ang dami niyang naituro sa atin lahat. Tinuro ni Jesus Christ. Kasya sa 3 years. In Hebron, he reigned over Judah 7 years and 6 months. And in Jerusalem, he reigned 33 years over all Israel and Judah. So it's a total of 40 years, no? Yung kanyang pag-reign, and so nag-end yung kanyang pag-rule when he was 70 years old. Itong si Mephibosheth naman, 5 years old siya nahulog, no? Tapos naging king ng Judah si David nung naging king si David ng Judah. So 12 years old, and then so 12 years old naging king si David. 12 years old si Mephibosheth nung maging king si David ng all of Israel. 12 to 13 years. Itong si Ishbosheth, he reigned when he was 40 years old. So, ibig sabihin, 10 years older siya than David. Mas matanda si Ishbosheth. At kinikilala ni David si Ishbosheth na para na rin niyang brother because of Jonathan. And the king and his men went to Jerusalem against the Jebusites. Jebusites, they used to live in Jerusalem. The inhabitants of the land spoke to David, saying, "You shall not come in here, but the blind and the lame will repel you," thinking David cannot come in here. So mayabang ang mga Jebusites, the men who lived in Jerusalem, kasi it used to be the place for Jebusites, yung Jerusalem. Kaya sinasabing, "You shall not come in here, but the blind and the lame will repel you." Nahihinaan sila kay David. Dahil blind and lame lang ang kayang mapapaalis ka ng mga blind and lame, pero kami hindi mo kami mapapaalis. mahina kang klaseng tao. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng mga Jebusites kay David. So arrogant and boastful ang mga Jebusites. Nevertheless, David took the stronghold of Zion, that is the city of David. Now David said on that day, whoever climbs up the way of the water shaft and defeats the Jebusites, the lame, the blind, who are hated by David's soul, he shall be chief and captain. Therefore, they say, the blind and the lame shall not come into the house. So, hindi makakapasok ang mga arrogant people sa house ni David. Yun ang ibig sabihin dito. Kasi, niyabangan siya ng mga Jebusites na blind and lame lang ang makakapag-taalo sa kanya. Pero yung mga malalakas, kaya siyang patayin. Pero kahit blind and lame, kaya siyang talunin, no? Yun ang ibig sabihin nito. Kaya it's arrogant ang mga Jebusites. But David took the stronghold of Zion, that is the city of David. Verse 9, then David dwelt in a stronghold and called it the city of David. And David built all around from the Millo and inward. So David went on and became great, and the Lord of hosts was with him. Kasama ni Almighty Father, or kasama ni David si Almighty Father. Hindi iniiwan ni Almighty Father si David. Lahat ng mga plans ni David, tinatanong niya kay Almighty Father. Then Hiram, king of Tyre, sent messengers to David, and cedar trees, and carpenters and masons. And they built David a house. So alam natin tong si Hiram, king of Tyre. Yung Tyre, katabi ng Sidon, na ngayon ay Lebanon. Magpapadala ng cedar trees, carpenters and masons. Alam natin yung Tyre and Sidon, dun galing yung mga Phoenicians. Yung mga Phoenicians, sa kanila galing ang ating mga alphabets. At kumalat yung mga alphabets, yung English na salita natin, na nakikintin ako, hindi marunong English. Kumalat yung salitang English because magagaling din sila sa mga paggawa ng mga ship, no? Yung mga tao sa Tyre and Sidon. At saka, yung kanilang ship made of cedar trees, matitibay. So David knew that the Lord had established him as king over Israel, and that he had exalted his kingdom for the sake of his people, Israel. So si David, late realization na niya, na naging king siya. At noon lang niya nalaman na na-establish siya ni Almighty Father as king over Israel dahil naging kilala siya kahit sa king of Tyre na malayo sa Jerusalem. Kung you-check yung mapa, yung Lebanon or yung Tyre and Sidon, malayo yun sa Jerusalem, no? Pero sikat siya. Kahit wala pang internet noon, walang cellphone noon, kumakalat yung balita. Kaya si David na-establish yung kanyang kingdom because of the Almighty Father. And he was very grateful, si David. At lalo siya naging faithful kay Almighty Father. Isa lang ang naging kasalanan niya, yung kay Bathsheba, no? Pero hindi pa yung katuloy nito. Next time natin itutuloy si Bathsheba. So si Almighty Father, powerful siya. Noon pa man, powerful si Almighty Father. The moment that He created this world, alam na natin na powerful si Almighty Father. Ito pa kaya na ibigay ni Almighty Father yung kingdom kay David? At ngayon pa kaya, our God is in control. He loves us. And He will never leave us. and His promises will be fulfilled. Thank you, and God loves us all so much.